Hello everybody, welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we're going to be considering some of the spiritual gems comments for the week of June 10th to 16th, 2024. So friends, we extend you a warm welcome, and now let's jump right in. So this week's Bible reading is about Psalms 48 to 50, and let's start with the first question, and it comes from Psalm 49, verses 6 and 7. It says, "Those who are trusting in their wealth and who boast about their great riches, none of them can ever redeem a brother or give to God a ransom for him." So, the question, what did the Israelites need to keep in mind regarding their prosperity? We have some answers. They were reminded that riches were both temporary, couldn't be given to God as a ransom to deliver one from death, and were of no value to the death. Another comment, they were shown that attaching undue importance to riches would lead to fraudulent practices and Jehovah's disfavor. They were also encouraged to honor Jehovah with their valuable things. So we learn practical advice from this good reminder. Okay, the next question, what spiritual gems from this week's Bible reading would you like to share? And let's start with number 1, and we notice that Psalm 48, before verse 1, the scripture above, or superscripture, says that this psalm was composed or written by the children of Korah, and we know what Korah did in Moses' times, but we notice that his children, they were written this scripture, this verse, this psalm, and this teaches us that although our parents or ancestors have made bad decisions, it doesn't mean that we have to repeat their path. We as children can choose to break patterns of behavior, being different, obeying Jehovah, choosing obeying Jehovah. Korah rebelled, but not all his children. Okay, number 2. Psalm 48, 1, we notice this verse. This says, "Jehovah is great and most worthy of praise in the city of our God, in his holy mountain." This verse motivates us to praise Jehovah and not allow anything or anyone to prevent or stop us from praising him because of his greatness. Number 3. Psalm 48, 3, this verse says, "In her fortified towers, God has made known that he is a secure refuge." Okay, God is a secure refuge, says this verse, and this teaches us that he is our refuge. But on the other hand, we notice that the richest people on this planet, they are taking refuge not in Jehovah, but in their bunkers under the ground and secret places. Some of them are talking about going to another planet, out of this planet, of course. In our case, our refuge is Jehovah, and the best part of this is whether we die or live, we belong to him. Okay, number 4. Psalm 48 verse 9 says, the scripture, we ponder your loyal love, O God, within your temple." So this teaches the importance of being focused in meetings, Christian meetings, and it's so easy to get distracted and our minds to wander. The organization has recommended keeping our eyes and the speaker, taking some notes, resting and eating well in our places before our meetings. Number 5. Psalm 48:13. Let's read this verse first, and this says, "Set your hearts upon its ramparts, inspect its fortified towers, so that you may tell about it to the future generations." So this teaches that we're doing today is and will be a testimony, a legacy for future generations. And this is why we should strive to set a good example to our family and strive to maintain and care for the spiritual legacy that we receive from others. Okay, number 6, let's read now 49:3. And this verse says, "My own mouth will speak wisdom, and the meditation of my heart will show understanding." A practical lesson that we learn from these verses is that this is about think before we speak. Instead of saying the first thing that comes to our mind, and when we feel we have said something that we shouldn't say. And this type of speech is dangerous since it causes pain to others, and it's worse if the person becomes an expert in using sarcasm or mockery disguised as a joke. Instead of that, these verses are encouraging us to speak with wisdom that edifies others. Number 7, 49:6-8. We notice that this says, "Those who are trusting in their wealth, those who boast about their great riches, none of them can ever redeem a brother or give to God a ransom for him. The ransom price for their life is so precious that it always beyond their reach." This teaches a practical lesson about the use of money. Actually, this is just, or is better to use it as a means to an end, and to help our family and of course our friends, brothers, our local congregation also. There are those who are boasting or showing off or their wealth and material possessions, but on the other hand, they don't enjoy of it. They cannot buy themselves a little of happiness, a little of peace, inner peace, and the most important thing, a good name before God. Number 8, 49:10, this verse says, "He sees that even wise people die, the stupid and the unreasoning perish together, and they must leave their wealth to others." No one can pay a particular sum that could save a person from going down into the pit of death and enable him to continue living. The wise, the stupid, and the unreasoning all must die. Whatever possessions may have been acquired during a lifetime must be left behind for others to enjoy. 9. 49:13, 16, 17. This helps us to have a balanced and realistic point of view of life and material possessions. There are people who have worked very hard in their lives to obtain some money, some things, some wealth, but the tricky part is that suddenly they die. And Jesus Christ spoke that this is what happens to those who they are rich towards themselves, but not towards God. Finally, number 10, Psalm 49:20, this verse says, "A man who doesn't understand this, although honored, is not better than beasts that perish. So the man who doesn't understand or appreciate spiritual things and makes no room for the Creator in his life can be compared to an unreasoning animal that has no capacity for worshiping God. So in that way, the Bible is comparing some people who are rejecting God with some animals. So we notice the Bible is comparing them like animals or beasts. Okay, friends, that's a wrap for this video. Some of the spiritual gems comments we found out in our Bible reading for this week. So guys, I guess that'll do it for today. If you enjoyed the video, we invite you to subscribe to our channel, give me a thumbs up, and try to share this video. So friends, we hope to see you in our next broadcast. We hope you have a wonderful day and see you next time.